All right, so it's another beautiful summer day in New England, and we're going to head over towards the coast of Maine today. Yes, I got a few tools already.
What do you got?
And of course, a baseball. Have to buy baseballs. So we'll find some stuff. Oh, and a little spoon. Okay, so if we're ready, I'm ready to go.
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
How much do we owe you? Ooh, premium bag too.
Yeah, this costs $1 at the store, I think. $1.99, I don't know. All right, so I said 2 for this.
Right.
I'm gonna leave those out.
Okay, 2.
3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was gonna get 8 for that, so
All right.
I just sold the bigger one for 10.
Yeah.
So that's a smaller one.
Right.
And I'll do 5 for this one.
All right. I'll pass on those.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
I'll put these back over here.
8,
Okay, 8.
9, and
Oh,
I
right,
think
right,
with that
'cause you said
10, and then $12.
$12 total.
12, yeah, and we got this 12, 30, 14 with that.
14. Okay. And is it 20? I like that. Chair.
Mm-hmm.
We're not taking it to Florida, but I like it. But it might even be good because these are marked gold handle, so you can find out what they're worth. But I like those. I'm gonna get them cheap enough. I think we might be okay. I'll give you some more money.
Oh, you had fun.
We did.
The old toaster. And the green glass, I kind of want 4 for them. Is it too high?
$4 each?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So 4, that set will be 5, 50. These guys, I was thinking 2.
You got 3 of those.
Is that too high too?
No, it's fine.
13, 14. Make it even $15.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
That sounds fine to me. Music roller.
Oh, yeah,
that is
piano.
records. Yeah. And I don't really know so much what they're worth. I just know they're cool.
Yeah. And I don't know what they're worth either. So, they...
I have a black one.
Well,
Say
this
that
one's
again.
broken, but that's probably. I mean, they're so brittle. You get that now and then. I'm not going to check every one of them, but all the ones I looked at are in nice shape. You know, even playable. So that's awesome.
Is $2 each too much?
I had 50 in mind.
$50
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Great. That's perfect. Free stuff. Free stuff. Like I always say, just because it's free doesn't mean you should take it. But also doesn't mean you shouldn't.
All right. A bunch of good costume.
So a bunch of cool free stuff. At the yard sale, let's see what we find. Yeah. This is an SK. Pretty. I don't know if you can see it. Pretty high quality. And this is a Craftsman and a Proto. Anyway, some good tools. Things seem to be pretty cheap here. So let's see what these will cost us. Like this. We got enough mugs right now, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. And have enough Eskimo-like things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is Yankee Candle.
Okay.
I'm going to take a chance on that. Yankee Candle's pretty popular. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I'll be able to clean that up enough. Okay. All right. A lot of good clothes, but for some reason I'm just burnt out on soft goods right now. All right. All right, we found a few things. How much for all this?
I don't know anything about tools, so what are these worth to you?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, of course, everyone likes to pay as little as possible.
Is 10 too much for all of it?
No, that's about what I had in mind. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so that was, I think, a pretty decent stop. I don't know what the heck I think about that old fly rod, but it's in a box and everything. These are always popular. Graphics are still good on it. And some nice wrenches. And the Yankee Candle thing. We'll see. Good stuff. We're doing all right today for only 3 stops. Oh. More burlap bags. Very musty. Oh. All right. I like those burlap bags, but they're quite musty. I'm looking at mannequin heads.
Oh, no kidding.
Pivot Point and Burmax. And they seem to be, well, looking, there's a whole bunch of them with the names and whatnot.
Well, she was saying it was an old costume shop.
Yeah, and these things are selling for anywhere from 20 to 50 bucks a piece. Plus shipping. So I don't know. Look at how many there are. Pivot Point and Burmax are the two. You know, these. We don't have room in the car for them, otherwise I don't know what you could get them all for, but some of them are pretty nice. Let's see what's here. Yeah, so what the heck is this Tiffany and Company jewelry still doing out at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? These are $5 a piece. Marked Tiffany and Company 925. Crazy. You just got to keep looking. You got to stick with it. This is just a regular old sterling ring with some nice stones on it, but these are actually marked Tiffany and Company. $5.
And you were going to leave.
Well, I was going to leave, yeah, because I didn't see anything for me, but you were still poking in the jewelry. That's why it's good to have more than one set of eyes. And this is just a little brass. This is just scrap brass, 25 cents for, but you know, pound of brass. So that's good. That just goes in the scrap pile. Yeah, maybe it's collectible. You can sell ducks. Not as good as frogs, but yeah. So this is what we drove 125 miles for. Pier fries. So here they are, the ultimate pier fries at Old Orchard Beach. All right, and here we are back from a 2-day buying trip. We needed a little vacation, so we went out to the coast of Maine and we filled the car up. That's for sure. hoping that our buying activities would pay for the trip, and I'm pretty sure it did. We'll get this stuff out and triage, and we'll give you a look at what we found. It was a great weekend. Okay, so here we go. See, this entire lot of stuff that's on the table came from one yard sale, cost us $33 total. About $300 worth of stuff. I got it sorted out into what we're bringing for $10 items to the flea market. Now, when we price these items for the flea market, the $10 items, it means because we're seeing them listing anywhere from $10 to $30 and selling in that range, or we're just shooting from the hip and saying we should get 10 bucks for it. But for the most part, these are $20 and up items selling on eBay. We've got a nice handy Andy vintage tin lunchbox, and these are the $10 items I'm going to run through first. Got an electric XL electric corn popper. The cord is in there, but it's so frayed I'm not going to try it. But people are asking, $30 to $50 for similar items, even not that nice. We've got an old vintage toaster that is working. I plugged it in, I tested it. We got 4 of these old pans, old tin pans, savory fry pans, cold handle pans. I saw some of these cold handle ones selling in the $30 range. And again, those are 10. We've got some depression glass. We bought 4 of these, and they're not as good as I thought. We're going to sell those $10 for the 4 of them. Got this nice Wade England barrel mug. They seem to be selling in the 10, 15 plus or minus range, plus shipping. So we're going to do 10 on that at the flea market. And we've got a book by Gene Autry on how to write songs and play guitar. And I saw one of those sell as high as 25. So that's going to be a good $10 item. We've got this, oh, sorry about the flash there. I mean the reflection. Bluegrass Ray. It was just such a cool looking photo with the old radio station microphone. This is probably from the 30s. And we're just going to bring that to the flea market for $10. I got this nice, again, I got that reflection, sorry about that. This is dated 1904, LaRue. Can't find a lot of these for sale, but it's really nice. It's in a great Victorian frame. And so we're going to bring that to the flea market for $20. So that's the $10 flea market stuff, and 10 and 20. And we've got several smaller $3 items. This little duck, mail holder and key holder. And if that doesn't sell, I'm just going to scrap it for brass. That costs us 25 cents. Got these 3 old advertising tins. Now the Maxwell House, I might put that on the $10 table because people are paying 20 and up for these, but it's a little beat up on the top. So I don't know. I might actually, I'm going to put that back over on the 10. We'll start that at 10. And we can always put it on the $3 table later. These are selling only for like $5 to $10. So those are good $3 items. This is Halloween is very popular. And this is a well-marked mug from Germany. And they're selling in the 10 plus shipping range. But it's hard to get $10 at a flea market for a mug. So we're going to do 3. This is like a little spice or nutmeg grinder with a little slide-out wooden tray underneath it. It's marked stainless, made in Japan. So that's kind of neat. That's a nice $3 item. And these are some things we're just keeping for ourselves. These 4 rocks or juice glasses are made in France. Nice blue color. And these are vintage Fire King custard cups. We need some, so we're going to keep those. So these next 3 items are ones that we're going to sell on eBay. This is a glass funnel used to fill canning jars. And people are paying pretty steady 25 plus or minus with shipping for those. So that's an easy list. Couldn't pass these up, these clawfoot candle holders. Now I saw a similar pair on eBay that just sold for $187.50. I'm not quite that ambitious, but that's a good, it was good to see that. So 2 people really wanted a pair that was similar to these. We'll show you the listing. But these are quite similar to the ones that sold for that. So I don't know, this could be 100 plus or minus for us. This was almost a little bit of a sleeper. I just threw it in because it was sealed. And if you watch our videos, we like sealed items, new old stock, really easy to list. And these are selling for 50 plus or minus. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. So anyway, that was one stop $33, 300 or so in inventory. Okay, this next lot was all from a free pile. Lady is just emptying out a house onto the street. And again, just because it's free doesn't mean you should take it, but there were certainly some good things in here. This is all going to end up probably at the flea market. These things here are what will typically sell for $3. You know, things that list for 10 or 12 or whatever. We'll put those for $3. We got a nice Natco tile cutter. That we'll put at the flea market for 10. This bucket, I don't know, people seem to like those buckets. I can get $3 or $5 for that, not a problem. Whole bucket full of Legos. This is, I sorted out all the minifigs and the weapons and some special effects items, and I'll do a little research on those, but this box will go to the flea market, parts of a pirate ship or whatever, and there's, can't tell if it's complete or not, but I'll sell that for 10 at the flea market. And if I don't find anything good on these, I'll sell them for 10. Sometimes I can get, you know, $30 or $40 for a bag of Lego minifigs like that. These were all little dollar items that we picked up. Actually, somebody's got one of these spoons listed for 15, but I think that's kind of crazy. Another Echo egg beater, a souvenir spoon. This will end up in Florida, so this is kind of cool. Little crate full of seashells, you know, some tools, some slides, a whole bunch of costume jewelry. Some of these are better than $1. There's some Mark Coro and Sarah Coventry in there. Whenever I see rhinestones cheap, I get them. And I've got, at least 100 pieces of costume rhinestone. That'll end up in a lot someday on eBay. So anyway, that's what came out of a free pile. Almost forgot to mention, these 2 wooden boxes that I'm loading stuff into were also in the free pile. And those will be great to haul stuff up to the flea market. We'll empty the boxes out and then we'll sell the boxes too. Okay, this next lot of stuff cost a total of $10, and it was pretty good. We got this Angler flying casting split bamboo rod in its original case. It's in great condition. It looks good, and one sold for $185 plus shipping on eBay. So pretty happy with that. Here is a Yankee candle holder. If you see these Yankee candles and they're brand new, some of the candles themselves sell for pretty good money. I mean, you know, anywhere in the $10 to $50 range, even for the discontinued ones, certain scents and whatnot. So anyway, that's just a nice name to keep an eye out for, Yankee Candle. This is going to end up going to the flea market for $3. These next 5 items are all going to the flea market. There's a Fenwick insulated minnow bucket. I've bought and sold these numerous times, and they sell very well. And that's going to go to the flea market for 10. Here is a Proto 12-inch adjustable wrench. That's going to go $10 at the flea market. They sell for more than that, quite a bit more than that on eBay. But this one is not in great shape, but it's certainly a $10 item. Here's a large Craftsman wrench. And these are selling well enough on eBay so we can ask $10 at the flea market. And this is an SK Tools. See the brand name right there, SK Tools torque wrench. This we're going to go $20 at the flea market. So that was not a bad $10 right there. You know, if we get $180 for this, $200, $230, you know, over $230. Oh, and even this little guy, this little 1/2 inch to 3/8 extender or adapter, somebody paid $9 for one of these, so I'm going to throw that in the $3 box too. So that was a good little $10 spent. Okay, this next lot came all from one yard sale. We paid $14 for it all, but I'm calling it 32 because I dropped a pair of glasses there and I could not find them for the life of me and just abandoned them and gave up after a while. So anyway, stuff happens. So we got 5 new hats. These 4 are sports related, and this one is a really neat Lego hat. Those will end up at the flea market for $3 a piece. You might notice that we're sending a lot of stuff to the flea market now rather than putting these lower end items on eBay. And that's kind of our MO going forward, is we're going to try to up the ante on eBay a little bit. So a lot of stuff that we used to sell on eBay, we're just gonna put at the flea market, and we do pretty well with it there. We bought this brass swan, and it weighs about 2 pounds. So if it can't sell for $10, it's just going to end up being scrap. We got 5 tools, assorted tools that can go to the flea market for $5 each. I mean, $3 each. Got this Boston Red Sox baseball. I'll put that at $3. If it doesn't sell, I'll put it at $1. We got this souvenir spoon, which we thought was sterling, but it turns out it's not. It's just an average Atlanta souvenir spoon. But these 3 pieces are sterling here. Probably a total. No, this is actually much better than scrap. That won't go scrap. That's really a nice little ring. We can probably sell that for $10. This little souvenir spoon from the Amish country. You can't find any. It's pretty light, so it doesn't weigh that much, but you know, we can put it in the scrap pile. This bracelet is unmarked. It just says Mexico. I'm almost sure it's sterling. I'll test it. Between these 2 items here, without the little ring, that's probably an ounce and a half or 2 of silver. And last I checked, we were around $25, $26 spot value. So that's, you know, up to maybe $40 or $50 worth of silver. Okay, I got this bag of silver plate. And whenever I see silver plate, if I see something interesting in there and it's cheap, this bag was $3 for the lot. So I took a chance on it. And what attracted me were these here. And they're William Rogers and Son, AA, which means a high quality plate. And this is one of the first times I have not been able to find a pattern. I've got a great resource online, and I'll give you a link to that later, because some of these, even the silver plate, some of these can be pretty valuable. And I think this has the look of it to me. If you remember one of our other videos, we recently sold a tomato server for $85, and it was just silver plate. But anyway, I found the pattern on these. This is called First Love, and it's a baby fork and spoon, and people collect that type of thing. So that we will probably sell at the flea market for $3 for the pair. Again, it's going much higher on eBay, but not high enough for us. These 5 spoons are Sheffield, England, electroplated nickel silver, and we'll put those 5 down for $3. I wish I had even numbers are better. So you basically call this a set of 4 with a spare. I found the pattern on these, and this was Queen Bess 2 from 1946, I believe it was. And there's 20 of these, and these seem to be selling for about $2 a piece. So that we can put on eBay, because we can get $30 or $40 for that lot. So that's okay for us. These I don't know yet. I'm going to have to do a little more research, see if I can find another resource, because right now it's an unknown pattern. But anyway, check out the link that we put up, and you'll be able to find your patterns pretty easily. And last thing we got in that lot was this really nice rhinestone necklace. Again, just adding it to the rhinestone pile right now, or we may put together a little showcase at the flea market with $10 items, but there would be a couple of them right there. Okay, so it was better at $14 than it was at $32, but anyway, another nice lot of stuff. I picked up a couple of cameras for $1 a piece in little cases, not knowing if they worked or not, but sure enough, this is the one that we use all the time to take our pictures on eBay. Canon PowerShot Elf. This one came with 3 batteries in a little case, and it's working perfectly. They sell for about $50 to $70 on eBay, that particular model. Got this Nikon Coolpix. This model is not selling for a heck of a lot, like $15, $20. Comes in its own little low pro case. It does in fact work. So we'll bring that to the flea market and put it out on the $10 table. So again, we're always looking for books. And these are 2 books we picked up out of maybe 100 or so that we looked at in this one garage. 50 Years in Psychic Research. Now, if you're following us, we're looking for specific non-fictions, histories, and whatnot. This was from 1927, and it just fits the bill for us, Doesn't have any examples for sale on eBay. We looked it up on Bookfinder, and it was 100 to 140 on Bookfinder for examples in about this condition. Plus, it's got a great inscription from the Casadega camp in Florida. The Casadega camp is a spiritual settlement. So this fits right along with the psychic research. And you can see the introduction is even from there. So This book had a lot going for it, so that's why we picked that one up. Garden Club of America, Annual Meeting, 1936. Another very specific nonfiction item. This has got some nice ephemera in the back. It's got a hostess tag. It's got a couple of, I don't know, maybe luggage tags. It's got a list of people who were there and the luncheons and all the, it's really kind of a neat little book. It's only 1 of 500 printed. The 1934 version sold for $45, and there's only one found on Bookfinder. They're asking $100. And I think that's a little ambitious, but I see this as a $30 to $40 item anyway. Always looking for new puzzles, new in box sealed puzzles, because again, who wants to be counting pieces, right? Dungeons and Dragons, very popular subject matter. Sealed 1,000-piece puzzle. I expected it to be going for a little more. I paid $3 for it. It's selling only for $15 to $20 with free shipping. So off to the flea market with it. Anyway, I paid $5 each for these books. I forgot to mention that. Was it our last video or video before? We found one of these, and maybe I'll pronounce it right this time. Maybe I won't. Anyway, found another one of these Terrion scales. This one's brand new in a box. Paid $5 for it. Not selling for a heck of a lot of money on eBay, or enough for us to want to bother with it, so that's going to go to the flea market for $10. Got this great pair of Fieldmaster muck boots for Kathy, just her size. They're slightly used, and these retail in the $100 range easily. These may even be up like $130. That's what I paid for the ones I have. And anyway, we use them when we go canoeing, and they're great on those wet, cool mornings where you have to get out in the grass and whatnot. They're just a really, really nice boot to have, and for $5, it's hard to go wrong for a $100 boot. A couple more items. Got a Coleman stove, and in the box, in excellent, excellent condition. It works. I tested it, and this one's dated 2003. They all have a model number, so they're super easy to look up. This one's selling for about $50 plus shipping, used, and this is in such excellent condition. It'll be an easy sell in that price range. We may even be able to bump it up to $65 or so, and I paid $10 for that. Paid $20 for this Swix ski wax kit. It's like a professional thing that, you know, a ski shop would buy. Someone that does ski tune-ups. It's got a whole bunch of different stuff in it. I'm assuming I can get around $100 for it. It's probably got, you know, $200 worth of stuff in it. And then the case itself is kind of nice. So got that. And we got this S. Alcock fly rod. It's a 3-piece fly rod, but it's got it's got one extra tip. So it's 3 pieces, but there's 4 pieces there in case you break one of the tips. It's nice, really, it's kind of hard to see, but it's nicely marked down here. We find these selling in the $50 to $100 range. So, and that was $20. I paid up for it a little bit, but it's such a nice item. I don't mind paying up a little bit now and then. It's a pretty easy thing to sell. They seem to be selling really, really well. So, as we like to do at the end of the video, if we get it, is the sleeper of the day. And boy, did we get one this time. All right, drum roll, please. The sleeper of the day, well, actually 2 of them, are these pieces of Tiffany & Company sterling jewelry. I mean, you can see they're clearly marked. Tiffany & Co. We cannot find these. These are like almost like a 3D type of heart earring set, and we can't find any of those at all. But what we do see would lead us to believe that these are easily $100 or $150. Now, this is a triple bangle bracelet. Again, clearly marked T&Co 925, 1987, Tiffany & Company 925. We found one of these bangles that sold for $133. I don't know what we'll be able to get for it, but we can certainly shoot for $250 or $300. We could even shoot for $375 and see what we can get. But so anyway, for the sleeper of the day, we spent $10 on this and potentially be able to get $500 for it. You know what, that was still out there. I think when we find stuff that late in the day, it's that our stuff is still there, just waiting for us. Okay, so it was an overnight trip for us. Like we said, we wanted to go to the coast and spend a night on the coast. And, you know, of course, this is my triage page, the way I do it. We ended up spending $190, and we figured we got about 17, maybe 1,800 in inventory. So that was a really good haul. We had a blast. It's nice to get out, see some other sites, go to some places we've never been before or haven't been to in a while. Anyway, hope you like what you're seeing with these videos. If you do, please subscribe. Give us a comment. Let us know what you like or what you don't like about them. And hit the little bell. You'll be notified when we put up another video. So we do appreciate your time. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time. Bye.